We have exactly 1 month left here in year 3, and today we're going to reach the end of the regular season. Last episode, we took down the Miami Heat on the road in Miami, and that leaves us 8th in the conference. We are right now a play-in tournament team on track for our first ever postseason appearance, and we're also 6-4 in our last 10 games. And with 1 month left, I think we actually have a really good shot at making the postseason. But I do have some bad news, everybody. We are not going to be getting Tevin Wilson back this year unless we make the NBA Finals, essentially. I think that is when he would return, is around that point. So we're probably not going to be seeing him again until next year. And also, I do think that with our current lineup, I don't think we're going to be able to play better than winning 6 or 7 out of 10 games. I don't know if there's any better way for us to manufacture this rotation for us to play better. So I do feel comfortable running with this exact lineup that we've had the last couple of weeks. We obviously brought Jet Howard in. I think he's been a pretty big piece of that. And I think that playing Corey Cousins with Mark Sears off the bench is good for both of those players to spread the floor, get Mark Sears good looks to be the kind of spark plug offensive shooter off the bench. I think the only change that I would kind of be open to is bringing in Jet Howard into the 2-guard spot over Cedric Coward and moving him to our bench. But I think either way, both guys are good shooters. I think Howard is probably a bit more consistent than Coward is from downtown. Coward is down to 38% this year, his lowest since his second year in Memphis. So that's definitely not good. And then, overall those numbers are good, but for him, definitely not. But for Jet Howard, he is shooting 41%. We obviously don't really have too many good shooters on this team. So maybe Howard does deserve a chance, but I do think that Coward is a better defender. I think he stuffs the stat sheet a bit more, but why not see if Howard can help us out even more than he already has? I think I'll just make the change right now and kind of gamble on this. And we'll still get Coward out there, but he'll just take on those small forward minutes instead. And we'll give Jet Howard 28 minutes in our starting 5. We win the first game since the change as we outscore the Mavericks by 6 in the fourth quarter to win this one by 2. Despite 33-10 for Cooper Flagg, Jet Howard, first start of the entire season, he drops 29 points. Double-double for Noah McCall. He and Howard both had 3 stocks each. How about Dior Wright, though? 16, 4, and 6. Good shooting. Double-double for Mark Williams. Cousins, 1 board shy. And Neil Levitt, though, 0 for 9. Hawkes, 1 for 7. Hawkes has definitely been just a complete waste, I think, for us. But who else could we really feasibly put into his spot? I don't think we have many options at his position to play instead of him. And I don't trust Max Christie after the start to his season, so I think we're going to have to leave Hawkes in there for now. We have now won 4 games in a row, and these last 2 especially have been against really good opponents. Dallas is 41-25, Chicago is 42-26. Really impressive stuff here, with all except one player in Ron Holland scoring in double figures as we put up 135 behind 24 for Noah McCall on 11 for 14 shooting. Back-to-back really good displays for Dior Wright. Neil Lovett gets back on track with 8 for 9 shooting. Howard 4 for 9 from downtown. Have we just unlocked a little extra level for this offense? 28 for Luka, 20 for Fernando Alvarado, but a week of only wins, I think, for the first time all year long. We got to face Chicago again. And Chicago just used a really big fourth quarter run to get back on track. 25 for Kevon Bayless, second-year player out of Kansas. 31st overall pick. Luka with 15 rebounds, and then Mingyu Lee had 14 as well. McCall had 36 here in this game and played great defense. You're right, though, struggled from the field and especially from downtown. Neil Lovett struggled shooting, and so did Mark Williams. And, yeah, so just a tough game overall. Jaquez took 0 shots. That is interesting. But Howard's been really good in the starting 5. We're going to have to leave him there. A couple days later, back on track with the win against the Washington Wizards. Jet Howard once again leads us in scoring, 23, 6, and 5. With kind of a rough shooting day for McCall. Double-double for Mark Williams. One of the better games all year long for Ron Holland offensively. Cousins played well off the bench. Wright struggled from the field. So did Jaquez. But we came out on top. And we are still left at 7th in the conference with now about 3 weeks left to go. We take down Washington once again. 20 for McCall. Double figures for Howard, Williams, Wright, Lovett, and Cousins. Couple guys did not shoot very well. 20 plus for Caden Tate, Itzy Sicki, and Leslie Jones for the Wizards. And despite shooting 40%, we come out on top because we shot better from 3. We had way less turnovers, and we took a lot more shots. Noel McCall and Jet Howard lead the way in a win against Boston in our very next appearance. 15, 6, and 5 for Dior Wright. He had 2 blocks. Corey Cousins, 11 points, but struggled shooting-wise. Lovett definitely having a couple rough games as of late, but I think, you know, he needs to be getting this playing time. But Howard has been a complete revelation because I think last year, like, the numbers on paper looked pretty good, but when watching, he simply wasn't. But he was good in our last game that we watched, and hope we can keep up this level of play because this has given us another notch offensively and is going to help out McCall because even if McCall does not have a good day, we can rely on Howard to at least shoot the ball fairly well and give us a fighting chance. I really do think regardless of the scenario to close the year, I think watching this game against the Hornets, who are right now 47 and 25, they've got star players in LaMelo and Jared Hughes, but LaMelo is a bit older now. I think he's also slightly banged up at age 31, but still playing very well. I think that could be a really, really good test for us entering what is probably going to be a postseason appearance for us. We have obviously not clinched anything yet, but we are getting there, and we're 1 game below 500 now, entering a game against the Pelicans. And I do want to watch Reggie Mack, but I think the Hornets game is more important because they're in our conference and the Pelicans aren't. But we do have a battle underway in New Orleans. 3:54 to go. We trail by 3 after allowing them so far to outscore us by 12 in the game, or in the 4th quarter at least. So let's try and fight back, get the offense going, and hopefully come out of here with a nail-biting victory. All right, here we go. Pelicans have the rock, leading 101 to 98. Both teams already in the bonus here. We don't have all of our starters in, but Mark Sears is there to cut off the pass. And here we go. A 3 could tie. A 2 could make it a 1-point game. Lock under 5 for the offense now. Here's Sears, given some space, but can't capitalize. Mismatch inside. Back-to-back steals for Sears. Jaquez leads the fast break. 100 to 101. Timeout, Pelicans. Out to Queen from downtown. Derek Queen with a big shot to push the lead back to 4. Dior Wright and Ron Holland back out there along with Jet Howard. Mark Williams and McCall, of course, stay in there. Here's McCall, isolating, tough shot, won't fall. Good defense by Copeland. Reggie Mack drives and is fouled. And Howard, who just came in, is now done for the night as he picks up foul number 6. So at the line, and the front end will go. Now, back in for Reggie Mack. That one's not going to go. McCall Slashes inside the paint, hits from the elbow, back to 3. Oh, good move. And that's gonna go. That is Stephon Castle, no longer in San Antonio. McCall. Baseline, he stepped out of bounds. Pelicans take over. No. Max Christie gets blown by. Reggie Mack, though, can't take advantage. It's not over yet. Gotta hit a shot here, though. Inside, Max Christie on the floor. He'll score that one. So a rare appearance for Christie with Howard out. I think that's probably the right substitution to make here. Mack again. Almost turns it over. After blowing by Christie. Castle through the contact. That was tough. Catch and shoot 3 for Ron Holland. Why is that a shot he's taking right there? He can't hit those. Outlet pass to Castle. And if they score here, the game's over. It's a play for Reggie Mack with the dagger. 112-104. That's going to put us out of reach. So a tough fourth quarter here in this one, and the Pelicans beat us by 27-8 for Reggie Mack. Young Hansen, 2 dimes shy of a triple-double despite a poor shooting day. A call at 26. Cousins has definitely shot poorly this year, but I think that's just how it goes for a lot of rookies in this game. And the threes killed us this game. The threes killed us. But back in the win column in our very next game, this time against Milwaukee. 25 for Mark Buford. A 23-8. Really good display here for Dior Wright. Double-double for McCall. 18 for Holland. A lot of guys in double figures here. Love it 0 for 5. I think if we do make the play-in tournaments, Lovett might have to be a guy that we consider taking out of the lineup. Only because, like, we just haven't seen him have a really good day often enough. And he shot less than 40% from the field, 26% from 3. I think right now, in the regular season, it's fine. But once we play some very meaningful games, I think we're going to have to just kind of shorten this lineup and probably take him out and give those minutes to Coward and probably more to Howard. Trae Young just led the Atlanta Hawks to the NBA Cup, and he wins MVP, putting up 29 and 10 on average. They took down the Thunder 116-111, and now we have about a week and a half left. Now will leave us with 6 games left on our schedule, and we have at least secured a play-in tournament spot. We have a chance between us, the Pistons, and the Raptors to secure what would be the 6th seed. But we got to climb up a couple more spots to get there. But right now we're at the 7, so we're pretty close. We just got to win 3 more games, I believe, or yeah, probably 3 more games than Detroit has to close the year, or Detroit will to close the year. So let's find out. Can we do it? Big win here against Indiana. A massive third quarter run sparks a win here as Mark Williams just picked up 14 rebounds in this game, which I believe is a season high for him. McCall at 28. Yo Wright, really good game. Double-double with points and assists, 23 points. This is what we need from our point guard. Now, I think Sears still, of course, deserves the role that he has, but Wright putting up 23 and 10, having a couple really nice games lately. This gives you a lot of confidence going forward. I think he has gotten better as the year has gone on. The last, 5-game stretch, though, specifically, he's been really, really solid. Another chance to move to 500 and the road against Chicago, but we fail. They're a really good team. They got Luka Doncic, and they got Beacham as well. 21-4-4 for him. 11-14 for Mingyu Lee, who's a really solid player. I'll call it 25-14-6. 3 steals, 2 blocks. Another good day for Dior Wright. Jet Howard, 15 points after a couple of displays where he did not really show up all too much. But a couple guys like Cousins, Jaquez, Sears, and Coward not really shooting great in this game. And again, we shoot 26% from 3 and sub 40 overall. That cannot happen in games like this. With 4 games left, we are now 3 games back behind Detroit. So we need a lot of things to go our way the rest of the way, but we are going to be a postseason team. We know that much. I'm still going to watch this game in full against the Hornets, because I think it can kind of tell us a lot about where the team is at this stage. But 4 games left, 2 at home, 2 on the road. Let's see what happens. We've got to stop with these low-scoring fourth quarters, man. 1:01 to go. We only scored 15 here, our lowest output so far in a quarter this game. And the Celtics, who are worse than us, at least record-wise, lead by 4. Let's see if we can pull off a miracle here. We have the ball. McCall fires a 3. It's not going to go. We get it back. Holland tries his luck. Is going to have 3 free throws. You've got to hit all 3. 2 would be nice, but you got to hit all 3. Give us a real chance to pull off a really nice late win here. The first 2 will fall. And he hit all 3. Holland, the back end, a little too strong. Got to play some defense now. Jason Tatum working against McCall. Finds Blake Berth against Dior Wrights. Looking to go after him now, just trying to reset a little bit. Clock under 5. And Howard reached in. Burke attacks, fouled on his way up. McCall got him from behind. That's his 5th. The Celtics reach the bonus. Man, fouling him twice right there is just absolutely killer, especially after he missed free throw on our end. The free throws are good. Boston still leads by 4. You got to go quick here. There's a 10-second shot clock differential. McCall drives, kicks to Howard. The 3 won't go. Williams, the offensive rebound and putback. We're going to have to hope for a free throw miss. We're going to put Parker at the line this time. It's the 4th on Howard. Now we're kind of playing this late game kind of basketball, which I'm not really a fan of, having a foul so often. Parker hits both, and they're going to make us play some perfect offense to close this game, it feels like. Inbound, here we go. Offense does not want to take their time. There we go. We find Mark Williams, assist to McCall. Just give yourselves plenty of time to have chance after chance to make a couple plays and get a free throw miss. There's 1. Can we get lucky and get 2? Back in for Parker. He misses both. And we're going to have a chance to tie or take the lead. Well, inbound to McCall. 10 seconds left. Who do we call on here? It's probably just him. Screen from Williams. McCall for the win. Got it! 1.4 to go. No, McCall. Boston will use their last timeout to advance. They still have a chance here. But what a gutsy call and shot from McCall. We have not seen a play like that from him in a while, especially from 3. 107-106. Just contest the shot and don't foul. That's all we need. Palin to inbound to Burke. Way downtown. It's off. And the Sharks somehow pull off an incredible victory here in Boston. And this TD Garden crowd is completely stunned. Noel McCall, I cannot believe it. That was not the shot that I would have chosen, but it goes in, so you can't complain. McCall ends up with 35 and 9. If he can play like this in games that matter the most, like this one right here, then he's going to have a pretty awesome career. A lot of guys struggled here, including Dior Wright, Sears, Hawkes, and especially Jett Howard. Definitely his worst game all year long. 1 for 14 from the field, 0 for 9 from 3. I doubt he does that again. We took 106 shots. Incredible pace. A lot of threes for us in this one, but they just shot way worse than we did from downtown, and that was a big difference maker in this one. 3 games left for both us and the Pistons. They lost their last game, so we get a full game back. And we got 2 games of room to make up in these last 3. And we're 1 game away from 500. 31-11 this time for McCall and 3 blocks on the defensive end as we hold off Milwaukee. 15 for Dior Wright. Jett Howard with back-to-back absolute stinkers, but we somehow overcome both of those putrid performances. And despite 22 for Zion, 21 for Brandon Miller, and only shooting 26% again from downtown, these last couple games from 3 have been awful for us. But overall, we're still winning these games, and Detroit lost their last one. We might actually have a chance to be a true playoff team without a play-in tournament appearance. We just gotta play our best basketball these last 2 games and hope for some luck again to go our way. Let's see who they play. I'm really curious. We play the Suns next, to our 20 games below 500. We cannot lose that one. The Pistons are going to play the 32-47 Pelicans, who beat us a couple games ago. So we have to hope that Ivan Bonzniak and Derek Queen can upset Detroit. And then when is their game after that? We play the Hornets to close the year, obviously. And Detroit plays after our game, it appears, against an even worse team, the Brooklyn Nets. So they have a couple of, on paper, easier games than we do. But I guess we'll find out. Oh, we're off to a bad start here against the Suns. And if we lose this game, then the Hornets game is not really going to have an impact unless the Pistons lose. I'm not sure if they have the tiebreaker over us, but we're not going to win this game. So 104-88. Does that knock us out? No, it does not. But the Pistons have not played their game just yet, so we'll see in a moment. 25-12 for Eli Mercer. 24. Spencer Curry. McCall struggled here in this game. So did Wright. Howard, 1 for 11. What is going on with him? These last 3 games have been terrible for him. What happened? He's not hurt. He's just played horribly in the games that have the most impact. What is going on right now? These numbers are like awful. The Pistons don't have the tiebreaker, and they lost against the Pelicans. So if we can beat Charlotte and they lose against one of the worst teams in the entire league, we're going to have the 6th seed. I'm actually stunned. Game 82 for both teams. Another chance for us to reach 500. We can get there, and in the year 41-41. And if the Pistons lose, we will be a playoff team for the first time out of nowhere. This right here is our chance. And we're going to have McCall matched up on Jared Hughes for most of this game. That's going to be the default matchup for him. So a huge test for every player on this team. We need Jett Howard to play better. Just full stop. He played great up until the last 3 games and has just fallen off a cliff. But here we go. Mark Williams wins the tip over DeAndre Ayton. Howard's first shots. Rims out. Hopefully not a sign of things to come. We need quick offense. We need good defense. Here's Tari Eason to open the scoring, and Charlotte leads. Quick pass up ahead, stolen by Eason. LaMelo Ball leads the charge. It's quickly 4-0 Charlotte. A call. Finds right. Open triple. It'll fall. Good job, Rook. Hughes fading and spinning away from McCall. That shot won't go. Mark Williams the rebounds. And off to McCall. Inside. Williams will give us our first lead. Hughes catch and shoots. 0 for 2 now. Got a mismatch down low. Williams draws a double team. Outlet to Howard, who's wide open. You gotta hit that one. That's a really clean look. Ball, a quick shot off the feed from Hughes. Little pick and alley-oop. Aiden able to get there over Mark Williams. Inside, Hughes fouls on the jam. Already a lot of turnovers by the Sharks. We have 3. 2 of those are on rights. Gotta do better. Mark Williams, the screen. McCall downhill. Finds right wide open from the corner. He's 2 for 2 from downtown. Inside feed. Eason got by Howard. Or Holland, rather. Call finds Williams rolling inside. Switch got there in time, but he's undersized. 12 to 10. Hornets in front. Screen from Aiden. Hughes keeps it. McCall there to contest and block the shots. That's why he's matched up on him. He can play some real defense here, man. What a player. Almost stolen. McCall finds Howard. Wright will try another attempt from downtown. That's his first miss. Oh, McCall tracks it down. What a play. Somehow got to that loose ball, showing off the hustle. Finishes through the contact, and now a free throw to put us back in the lead. It will go. Little backdoor alley-oop. Nobody there. Tari Easton with the flush. Here's LaMelo from downtown. Has yet to score. And that pass is stolen. Holland, what are you thinking? McNeely all by himself makes that play. Outlet pass up ahead. Hughes finds McNeely. That was a no-look pass, I think. So with Wright off the floor, it's going to be a lot easier for LaMelo to get open and start getting on track here. McCall has a clean look from downtown. Count that one. Oh, good crossover. Good kickouts. And Tate is able to connect from downtown. Clock under 5 for your Sharks. Jaquez with space. That time the shot falls. Look at this defense by McCall. The shot won't go for Hughes. I think he's got just the one dunk, but has missed all 5 jump shots. That's a foul on him. Love it. Shuffles it. Cousins the lay-in. LaMelo, another 3. Nothing falling for him so far. He's 2 for 8. Hughes 1 for 6. Right now, it's the role players that have kind of kept them in this ball game so far. McCall, good pass. Jaquez open. You gotta knock it down. We've had so many clean looks. Only Dior Wright has really done a good job on knocking those in. McNeely, way downtown. Charlotte back in the lead. Saving for what could be the final shot here in the quarter. Lovett's wide open. Misses the high arcer. And Charlotte will lead 26-25 through 1. We have wasted so many opportunities so far, but we're still in this game easily. Start of the second quarter. That backdoor pass is deflected. Intended for Winston, who ends up with the ball anyways. He'll fire the mid-ranger. Left it short. They get to it, but are not able to finish. Corey Cousins the rebound. Winston, the pick and roll. Will keep it and lay it in. Good job. The offense so far in the quarter has been pretty slow. Not a fan. Sears, though, creates some space and connects. Oh, we're tied at 28. Sears finds Lovett in the corner. Free ball, not his game. Good bounce pass by Coward to find Holland cutting inside. Lovett, mid-ranger. Still cannot find his jump shot. Backdoor, Serif, the jam. That lineup that we began the quarter with just might not be it. I think having either Wright or McCall on the floor just kind of like opens things up more. But having Holland out there with those guys that we had out there before, just not doing it for me right now. This lineup I think is better as Jaquez blocks it out of bounds. Time winding away. McNeely has to force it. Right now, I don't think a player has hit a shot on McCall all game. Love it. Just turns it over. He just has not shown up to play in this one. McNeely, another fast break chance. And their lead doubles. Call. Uses the pick and roll. Why is Williams not shooting that? Love it, dude. I mean, this offense right now is just not playing well at all. You're right, gets the feed. Good pass. Love it, please. Good golly almighty. Mark Williams has to drive and score. That's what it's going to take. Are you serious? LaMelo, catch and shoots. Eventually, him or Hughes will find their stride. We've got to find ours before they can find theirs, just simply put. We can still win this game, obviously. It's not even close to being over. But you cannot have displays like this. Because they aren't even playing great defense, but getting blocked by Ben Serif when you're Mark Williams and like 7 foot tall is embarrassing. Fast break. Gotta score. And Wright will off the assist from McCall. Timeout, Charlotte. Eason downhill, outlets it to Serif. Ball fires off his feed, but can't connect. Hughes is back out there, but we go quick, and Jaquez ahead of the pack will close the gap to 2. Isolation mode, what a crossover. It leads to nothing. LaMelo has been ice cold. I'm surprised Hughes did not just drive right there after that crossover that put McCall looking the complete other way. You're right. Has kind of lost his touch from downtown after a 2-for-2 start. You're right. Finds room again. He has missed his last 3 attempts from behind the arc. Serif to Hughes. Steps back. Gets by McCall and scores with the foul. That play right there is why he's third in MVP voting, folks. He's just really, really good. He can make you miss, make you think he's going the other way. He can fake you out. Scored all 3 levels. Does miss the free throw, though. And the offense gets something here. Sears, finally! We needed that one to drop so bad. Eason, baseline back down. Jaquez, great defense. Good screen by Cousins. He gets it back and finishes. And Tampa Bay is now in front. What happened there on defense? Goodwin wide open. Out of the corner. A call back to Cousins. Yeah, right now, just nobody besides Mark Sears really is reliable from downtown. Not even Jet Howard has been good. as of late. Gotta find something. Pick and roll. Jaques, go up with it! Jesus, dude. He had so much time with ball having his back turned. Are you kidding me? Now Hughes gets a good matchup, and luckily for us, still can't complete the play. What a stinker of a game so far. McCall, too strong. I mean, this is just terrible. Inside and picked off by McCall. 2-on-1. And we don't, or we do. We do score. Jaques. Eason deflects, or has the pass deflected by Cousins. Shot clock winding away. Hughes, no good. I mean, both teams are just in an awful stretch of offense right now. But we have a lead and a chance to increase it here. Sears finds Cousins. Nobody there. LaMelo finds Eason for the tie. Won't go. It's 45-42 at the break. The Sharks have a lead. We have to win this game. It would be so great for us to get that true playoff experience, that playoff atmosphere. We need that. We gotta play better offense because you cannot count on their stars playing this poorly in the second half. Start of the second half. Been kind of a bad game for both offenses, but they've shot worse than us by like 9%. Yeah, we only have a 3-point lead, so we gotta really pick up the pace here. That's a good look. That's more like it. A stop into a 3 to double our lead. It's 48-42 Tampa. Hughes fires close range. He still cannot get going. A very different story compared to the last several games against this team. He's 2 for 12. That McCall defense showing up here. Now McCall trying to work on him. He finds Wrights. Block under 5. There's room. Shot won't go. McNeely, the screen. Eason continues to have a really strong day. Had a big first quarter, quiet there in the second, but I think his play has kept Charlotte in this ball game. The free throw is good. Charlotte playing a 2-3 zone. Can we take advantage, please? Wright's wide open. Catch and shoots. Man. Hughes wide open. Finally got a shot to fall. That's not good news. He's averaged over 33 points per game against us this season. Lobbing it up now. DeAndre Ayton skies for it. And here we go. The Hornets are finding their offensive rhythm. Wright steps back. Good look. We're tied. 10 lead changes, 5 ties so far. We're still gotta hope. We still gotta hope for the Pistons to lose their game later on. But this one comes first, so we gotta win. McNeely scrambles for it. And are you serious? He actually hit that. McCall spins around, but gets blocked by Ayton. It was a good move at first, but the help defense was too strong that time. Call. Top of the key. Too strong. This offense is just hard to watch at times right now. We really got to find another playmaker or another sharpshooter because this is just killer. Like, we are so lucky that their stars have been awful because this game could be a blowout right now. It just could. Probably should be. Screen from Williams. Pass deflected. He's still open at the rim, though. McNeely blows by Howard. Kicks it out to LaMelo for the 3. You're right. Into a 3-pointer. Wide open. How do you start 2 for 2 and go 0 for 5 after? Or 0 for 6 maybe. 16-4 run by the Hornets in the last couple of minutes. McNeely has been amazing. Why can't we have one guy play like him this game? Nobody has played well for us at all. Out to McCall. Another open three. But, like, can we count on that all game? The answer's no. Inside. Wright is there to cut off the pass. Fast break. Gotta have it. And Howard nearly got the and one. I'll watch the free throws. Hopefully seeing the ball go in for him will give him some kind of a spark. We need it desperately. He goes 2 for 2. They go quick again. This time it's gonna work. How? McNeely's got 18. Are you serious? Howard downhill, finds Williams back door. Good play. Howard from the elbow. It'll go. Aiden's wide open, foot on the line. I mean, just not even trying to be there to contest the shot at all. Howard downhill again. Same spot, same results. Hughes against Taquez, works around him, throws it down. The lead extends to 6 for the Hornets. If we trail by this much in the fourth quarter, I really just don't have faith that we can come back and win. I just simply don't. Sears steps into a 3. It misses. No, not Hughes. 9-point game. Sears finds McCall, but he had to bobble the pass. He would have been open. Come on, man. Over the top. Cousins open. He'll lay it in for 2. Oh, good crossover. Hughes is catching fire now. That is horrible news for us. Love it downhill. Finds Taquez open. All right. But, like, gotta play defense, though. Winston. No good from behind the arc. Rebound to Corey Cousins. He turns it over. Unbelievable. Howard on the move. In and out. Tate the rebound. I get really frustrated sometimes watching this team play so poorly. I get we're against a really good team in Charlotte who's going to be like a top 3 seed over, well, not over, in our own conference. But good Lord, we have just made so many plays in pretty much every showcase game that makes your head scratch. And just missing so many threes is just bad. We haven't been good in simming either in that regard, but you have to be to win games here in the modern NBA. You just have to hit your threes. Last play here in the quarter. Howard against McNeely. Hands it off and turns it over. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? I could have game planned better too. I could have taken out Lovett and given more minutes to other guys in preparation for the postseason to give us a little first look at what that lineup could look like or that rotation could look like. But holy crap, I didn't think it would be this bad. Control by 8, 12 to go. Well, here's where it matters most, folks. Here's where we got to show what we're made of. 78-70. Really overall bad day offensively. Yet we're still in this game somehow. But a really strong third quarter by the Hornets has them in front. Can we come back and win? McCall knocks down our first shot of the quarter. He needs to play almost the entirety of it. And I think our starters also just got to be out there because we had a good start offensively to this game, I think, overall. Good play by Sears. Can we score? He's fouled. Got to knock down the free throws. Cut their lead to 4. The front end will fall. Mark Sears off the bench has been really, really good. Got a play drawn up here. McCall now guarded by LaMelo. It's a good matchup for us, I think. McCall isolating. Has to do something. Finds Sears. Wide open. No good. Corner screen. Serif fades. No. Offensive rebound for Tates. Cousins to McCall to cut at the lead in half. It won't go. On the other end, it's Eason. Thankfully missed it. We took Sears, though we took McCall out. Sears stays in. Lovett is in there. Almost gives it back to Charlotte. Coward. Time winding away. Misses at the shot clock buzzer. Nearly 3 minutes scoreless here in the fourth quarter. They have not been much better, but they have the lead, so that's probably good news for them overall. Here's Serif. Driving, blocked by Cousins. Lovett got there. Lovett has yet to hit a field goal this game, I think. So now would be the right time. Over the top. Guess who's there? No one. Back door. Coward will finish. That shot won't go. The tip will. Even the offensive rebounds. We have had hardly any. They've had a couple. And they've scored on almost every chance. 9-point game now. Another backdoor cut by Coward. Another basket. But it's not going to cut it at this stage. Gotta play better defense. Gotta knock down your jump shots. We're still in arm's reach. We almost got a steal. It will be a stop. Cousins, the screen. Love it. Missed it. Doesn't matter. It was a foul and a turnover. LaMelo finds room. Is now when their stars are going to actually like hit their shots right now when it's like the end of the game. You got McCall back out there and Mark Williams. Here's Sears downtown. Can't hit all of them. Pick and roll. Too easy. The Hornets have their largest lead at 11. Just over 5 to play. Call. Open. No. The game is over. How many times have we seen this exact result, this exact performance? You have like one decent offensive quarter, can't do anything else the rest of the way. You're still in arm's reach in the fourth quarter, and you can't make enough plays to even get within a point or even take the lead for a moment. We're not ready. We're not ready. Another offensive rebound. Another three for McNeely. Hughes drops it in. The dagger. So a very frustrating night for the offense. Only 4 players scored double figures, 2 of whom don't shoot well at all. McCall, 19-9-7, misses 9 shots on 15 attempts. 14 for Sears, only took 3-pointers. Double-double for Mark Williams. Wright got off to a good start and then went cold the rest of the day. Love it, 1 for 7. The 3 was just not falling for anybody. McNeely leads the way for the Hornets. Hughes and LaMelo both had better second halves. Double-doubles for their big men. And they beat us in a lot of the key areas. Team comparison. Yeah, 24% from 3. That has happened way too much for us. Way too much. But there's not much we can do to make us... You can't stop taking threes completely. You just can't. That's not how it works. So, yeah, we're going to be a play-in tournament team. Does not matter the result of the Pistons game now. So let's go see all the NBA awards real quick. Victor Wembanyama wins MVP, averaging 30 and 14. Played great defense. Wes Clayton wins Rookie of the Year over with Golden State's 15 and 9 for him. Aaron Jackson Davis, your sixth man of the year. Wemby, your deep boy again. Aaron Jackson Davis, most improved player. Cade Cunningham, clutch player of the year. Steve Kerr, coach of the year with San Antonio now. And Aaron Phillips, their executive, wins the yearly award for that group. Moving forward, your All-NBA first team, Wemby, Flag, Jared Hughes, Elliott May, and Trae Young. Second team, Paolo Banchero, LaMelo, Ja Morant. Noah McCall made second team. Okay, that's awesome. Cade Cunningham also in that group. How about McCall? What a second year. That is shocking. Third team is where I thought he would be. Aaron Jackson Davis, Barry Gravitt, Holmgren, Scoot Henderson, Ronnie Drew. Defensive first team, Stacey Keefe, May, Flag, Amen Thompson, and Wemby. Defensive second team, Lee, Holmgren, Sarr, Alvarado, and Chris Posey. All rookie first team, the All-Right does make it alongside Strickland, Reggie Mack, Jabari McKenzie, and Rookie of the Year Wes Clayton. Second team, Deion Jones, Corey Cousins, Evan Marshall, Milos Pavlovich, and Kyle Beachum. And those are your all-team selections. And we are going to have a matchup against the Philadelphia 76ers and Aaron Jackson Davis. And whoever wins this one secures the 7th seed. Whoever loses will play for the 8th seed. So we'll see the play-in tournaments next time. But moving on, let's check out the player and team stats on the season here in year number 3. Before I actually do that, though, I do want to say that I am still trying to really hone in on these sliders, and it's proving a lot more difficult than it was in 2K25. Just kind of remembering back to how I was doing it then. I'm doing it pretty much the same way, but it is a bit more of a challenge to figure it out because they took out a couple sliders, they added a couple new ones. And with the changes to defense and physicality and kind of some of the issues with play calling, there are a couple workarounds that I've actually found out between the last recording and this one, because I'm actually recording this part of the video until the end of the video, a day or two after the first 50 or so minutes of this episode. So I have found another potential fix that will actually have play calls, because we actually have not been really calling plays really in these episodes so far, but I think I have a way to actually fix it now. I just kind of looked at a game before making this part of the video, and I think that was working pretty well. So I'm still trying to figure out the right slider set and the right settings and all that stuff, but I think I'm making progress. But I will try and get that done before I do the play-in tournament game, because I think it's important for us to have a good experience there. But I think regardless, our team is playing like they are in simming, where you'll just have a couple of inconsistent games and all that stuff. But here are the per game stats for our roster this season. Points per game, of course, McCall led the way. I was shocked that he made the All-NBA second team, but then I look at his numbers, and how can you really be surprised? Nearly 24 points per game, over 8 rebounds a game, 3 assists, nearly 2 steals, more than 1 block per game. Shooting lights out from the field. Three-pointer is an improvement compared to last year, and hopefully can take another leap going into next season, as he had a 4% boost from downtown, which is a pretty big boost. So from 30% to 34%. Was also better at the line and got more playing time. Just really had a really stellar second year, when a lot of guys tend to have a sophomore slump after a solid rookie campaign. Corey Cousins was our second highest scorer, to my surprise, despite being benched in kind of the second half of the year when Mark Williams was able to return after the All-Star break. Did not shoot very well overall this year, but is showing some potential to grow into a stretch 5 role. I think 29% as a rookie for a 5 that's not really known to be a sharpshooter from downtown is decent. It's not great, but there is some promise there. Dior Wright also hopefully can get better at that, but overall I think he was pretty solid. He made all rookie first team, 13, 3, and 5 for him on average. Tevin Wilson only played 6 games. We can't really even talk about his play because he barely appeared this year. So hopefully this will change, but I'm not going to be adjusting anything for him. But if we do make the playoffs, he will return sooner than I thought. He will return before the NBA Finals if we somehow make a run, which I don't think is possible for this roster. But, I mean, I think crazier things have happened. We've seen the Miami Heat over the last couple years in real life do similar things as to that. But we'll see if we can get him back. But I really hope that he can be more durable and better next year. But I'm not going to be changing any of that for him because I really haven't experienced a storyline or narrative like this before in any of my series where a guy just cannot stay healthy and can't stay on the floor despite having a lot of potential. So I want to see where this goes. If maybe we can get a strong, nearly full year from him, I think that would be awesome, but I guess we'll just have to see. I'm not going to make any adjustments because this is what happens sometimes in real life too. Mark Sears, I thought, was pretty dang solid. 11 points per game, 6 assists. I think he was probably your best three-point shooter on the season, and that looks to be the case at 44% from downtown. Maybe we give him a chance to get some playing time off the bench with Wright still on the floor and have him play more as that catch and shoot guy while Wright can be kind of the facilitator. But he did average more assists off the bench than Wright did. So right now, at least, he's the better playmaker and the better passer. Coward had 10 on average, 10, 3, and 3. Overall shot well, but the three-point numbers went down as the year went on. Jet Howard, those last 4 games of the year, he just completely tanked all the good work that he did in the games before that, which is just incredibly disappointing, and I'm not sure how to handle the rotation now entering the play-in tournament next episode because, I mean, there's no light at the end of this terrible tunnel for him. I guess we might have to take a chance because you can't really play Max Christie because he was even worse, or Patrick Williams, who was really bad as well. So there's just a lot of guys that haven't really played the role that we envisioned for them, and so we're gonna have to trim this lineup down to like 7 or 8 guys to really give ourselves a real chance to win. Mark Williams, though, 9 and 7, was off the bench for more than half of the season, but is efficient. We know his game. There's not much more to say about him. Ron Holland, if he could just stop taking like any threes at all. He's not taking too many, but he's taking too many for a guy that shoots 23, 24%. So, not good. Lovett is not going to play in the play-in tournament or the postseason at all, unless we have another injury that knocks out one of our 2 guards. But even then, I think we have to play a guy for a long time, like Coward probably. I think Coward is in line for a lot more playing time moving forward on the rest of this season. But if we move on to the advanced stats, these are very interesting. Best player efficiency rating goes to McCall by a long shot. Nobody else even close to him on the roster. He has a 5-point gap over Mark Sears, who is in second place. Overall efficiency, an 11.6 gap. I mean, there's nobody close to him on this team right now. And that is the biggest problem. The biggest weakness to our team is that only having one guy that can really get the job done. And even then, if he has like an average or below average game, then we almost have no chance to win. So it has been on his shoulders all year long, and that's just not a viable, it's not a viable strategy for us. But highest game score, then you have Sears, Tevin Wilson on only 6 games, and Dior Wright all at 10, Cousins and Coward close behind. So we know the guys that we can kind of trust here. We're going to give Mark Sears a lot more playing time, I think, as well in this next game, and hope that he can be that sharpshooter for us. Usage rates, Dior Wright, then McCall, then Cousins, all in that kind of top tier. I think that's what you want from your young players that you're trying to build around. And then estimated wins added. This is far and away the stat that I think paints the picture of who contributes the most to this team. Of course, it's McCall. We've been saying it the entire time that he's been on this team. Then it's Mark Sears, then Corey Cousins, then Dior Wright. So I think there's a chance for us to potentially start Mark Sears at the 1 and Wright at the 2, or vice versa, and have them in there. It's not going to help our defense out, but it's going to help the offense out a lot, I think, if we can have him out there to take those threes. Corey Cousins had a higher EWA than Mark Williams did, but I think Williams is better for defense and for rebounding at this stage. With the rebound rates, Williams is higher than Cousins by 1. It's not a big gap, but he also has a lower turnover ratio, or a better turnover ratio than Cousins does. So I think right now that points to Williams to still be our starting 5. Points per weighted shots, highest is Sears, Wilson, and Coward, and then McCall just behind them, but there's not a big difference between most guys on this team. And then highest pace, Jaquez, Williams, Sears, Coward, and then Patrick Williams. So I'm not really sure what that really tells us. That's more so like a sim stat at this stage. The best record in the entire league this year belongs to the Spurs. 64 wins, 18 losses. Best offense was the Cleveland Cavaliers. The worst offense was the Brooklyn Nets. We fall in the middle of the pack at 18 with 112.1, going 40 and 42 this year. Points allowed per game. The Magic had the worst defense. The Spurs had the best defense with Wembanyama. And we were middle of the pack, 113.9. Also, I'm curious, did the Pistons win their last game? Yes, they did. So the loss does not really matter against the Hornets, but you still would have liked to have won that game because you did not know the result of that game until after our game was already up. Field goal attempts per game. The Nuggets had the fastest paced offense. We were actually top 5. We were top 5. I think if we can actually have the play calling work in game, I think this will come to fruition for us a little bit, but because I haven't figured out how to fix that yet until before like this part of the video, we'll have to wait and see. Best field goal percentage, the Warriors, far and away the most efficient offense at 51% from the field. The worst was Brooklyn. Not surprised by them having the worst overall scoring offense. We were again middle of the pack. So this lines up. We have been an average offense, average defense, average record. I think that just speaks to who we are as a team, barely making the postseason. We did have one of the highest three-point rates. That is just not what you want to see for a team. That was a bottom 5 three-point shooting team. So we just have lots of guys that want to take threes on this team. I think, obviously, our goal now is to add at least 2 sharpshooters that will make this high amount of three-point attempts worth our while. So that is important for us going forward. Free throw-wise, we were a top 5 free throw shooting team. That is good for the late game stuff. The threes also matter a lot for that too. So again, sharpshooters being added to this team and lowering turnovers, I think, are the 2 biggest things, because we had the 3rd most turnovers per game, only behind the Pelicans and the Mavericks. In terms of the rebounding, we were middle of the pack. I mean, we were just such an average team, but we were a top 8 passing team assist-wise, which is really good. Also top 10 in steals and top 12 in blocks. So there is some stuff to like from this defense, but not everything. I'm going to save talking about the next 10 prospects for the planned tournament episode. That'll come after those games. So we're only going to have around 20 guys that we're going to talk about in the video before whenever the off season comes around. If we make the playoffs, I will try and incorporate a couple profiles per playoff episode, depending on how long we make it through the playoffs. But We don't know until we actually get there. So I guess that means we'll end the video right here, folks. Please give me your thoughts down below on what you thought of this season. Who do we bring into this 7-8-man rotation as we face off against the 76ers? This is going to be key. This game plan is going to be key for us in terms of winning this playoff spot that is on the line. We're going to have 2 chances to make it, but we got to figure out the offense, because that's been, I think, one of our biggest issues is being consistent. And we're going to try and probably just take some 3-point plays away from some players completely. That'll lower that 3-point rates until next year, and we can go from there. But give me your thoughts down below. Please like the video, subscribe if you're new, and leave your feedback down below. And I will see you guys in our first ever postseason game in the play-in tournament against the Philadelphia 76ers. Take care and have a good day.